Hello everyone. In this particular session, we'll see what are principal planes and then how they are found and what are the magnitudes of principal stresses. We'll straight away go ahead. Okay, the planes without shear stresses are referred to as principal planes. The stresses on these principal planes are referred to as principal stresses. Here, I want to make a couple of points. The spelling of principal, Principal, principal important are main stresses, are main planes. That's why it is PAL, not PLE. Don't make a mistake of writing that way. So they are principal planes, principal stresses. Okay, then one more thing is any plane you have studied that there will be normal stress and then there will be shear stress on any plane. We have seen that there will be a normal which is perpendicular to this, which we have called it as a sigma, maybe tensile, maybe compressive, and parallel to the plane we have seen that there will be a tau which will be trying to rotate the element in clockwise manner or anti-clockwise manner. Accordingly it will be positive or negative. We have studied. So invariably, rather generally, normal stress and then shear stresses will be there. Now if you find a plane without any shear stress, means there is a plane with only normal stress and maybe a tensile, maybe a compressive, but there is no shear stress, such plane will be referred to as principal plane. That is what the point over here. So very easy to remember, the planes without shear stresses are referred to as principal planes and the stresses on these planes are referred to as principal stresses. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Okay, here already there is one biaxial stress element. We have discussed this with the same magnitude, so consider the same biaxial stress element for which Mohr circle is already drawn. You know how to draw. The coordinates of the first vertical plane is 80, 25, it is there here. This is 30 minus 25, it is there. You just join, you get a point on x-axis, point of intersection on x-axis, you draw the circle. That's how you have drawn. Now further, the origin of planes is designated as OP. You know how to find parallel to this vertical plane, which is represented by this point. You draw a line where it cuts the surface, circumference is known as OP. Origin of planes is there. Now on the circle, can you identify the points representing the planes without any shear stresses? Okay, here every point on the circle is representing some or the other plane, right? If you take a point A itself, there is a normal stress of magnitude 80 represented along x-axis, and there is a shear stress which is represented as y coordinate because it is tau, right? Now if you go on moving this point, here also there is a maximum shear stress, but there is some normal stress, and if you come down here, both the stresses are getting reduced, and then if you come to this point, what is the coordinate? There is some sigma, but there is no shear stress. Similarly, this point is having a magnitude of normal stress right from O to this point, and there is no shear stress. So such two points are referred to as principal planes. So they are P and Q. Okay, so S, they are points P and Q on the normal stress axis, where the circle cuts Those 2 points are representing principal planes. Okay. Now the coordinates of these points P and Q be 15, 0 and 85, 0. I have been telling it is not exact values, just I have taken for the sake of understanding. So 15, 0 and 85, 0, let us say. Now the point Q, okay, the point Q with higher stress represents major principal planes, because the P has got 15 and Q has got 85. The higher magnitude point, or the point Q with higher stress, represents major principal plane. So the other point which is having lesser magnitude is referred to as a minor principal plane and minor principal stress. Now can you imagine where and how these planes are on the stress element? Because 85, 0 represents, the point Q represents a plane. Now how and where this plane is, we'll see it. Okay, principal planes. Now you know already that planes originate from OP. That's why we have called this as origin of planes. All the planes should originate from here. And if you are going to that point Q, so that represents a plane M, right, which will be nothing but a major principal plane. Or if you put this plane over here, there, okay, that will be nothing but a plane without any shear stress. Okay, the plane represented by Q is along the line MQ. You can just see here, MQ through OP, that is actually OP to Q. I have extended up to M so that I can refer it to as MQ now. And on the stress element, it can be shown as line MJ on the stress element, which is a major principal plane. Now you have to draw the line parallel to that. You can just see there. If you put that as MJ, so that is nothing but a plane without any shear stress, and then with a major principal stress with a magnitude of 85, and then it is positive value. So major principal stress is tensile, and moreover it is having so much of angle. We can just measure this angle so that you will come to know that with horizontal what is the angle made by principal plane, right? Now similarly, where is minor principal plane? Okay, that is the one. So origin of plane to the point where the plane is represented. So OP to P, that line represents minor principal plane. So where is minor principal plane? It is the plane represented by the point P on the plane, right? And the plane will be along the line NP. The point is P, it is representing a plane, and it is along the line NP. N is like MP, MQ we have, like NP. I should have written N here, anyway it may come, yeah, NP, right, through OP. Now on the stress element, it will be as shown in figure, and it will be known as minor principal plane. Now how do you do that? You should draw a line parallel to that there. So that represents minor principal plane, and because you can just see here, we are joining the 2 points on the circumference from diametrically opposite points. That's why this angle is 90 degrees. So to say, the angle between principal planes is always 90 degrees. It is stated here. Note that the 2 principal planes are always perpendicular to each other, as they are represented by 2 points diametrically opposite to each other on the Morse circle. And then geometry also tells that if you join such 2 points, diametrically opposite 2 points, any point on the circumference will be getting the angle between those 2 lines as 90 degrees, right? So this is how to identify from the Morse circle where the principal planes are represented by the points, and then if you know OP, how to identify the inclination or orientation of principal planes, major and minor both. Okay, with this I think we'll stop. Thank you.